Hi, my name's Juliet, and today I want to talk about language learning in general and a particular app called Drops. When I watch videos by some language learners, no, I'm not going to use the P word, it feels like they're saying this is the only way you can learn a language. I disagree. There is one universal truth, that the more you are exposed to a language, the more you're going to learn about it. But the method by which you do that best depends more on your personality and your language learning style. According to those in the know, there are somewhere between 3 and 8 different types of learning styles. I'm just going to concentrate on 4. Some people learn by reading and writing. In terms of language, that's going to equate to having a textbook and going through the lessons and writing down vocabulary lists and learning those. Then you have the learners who learn best by seeing and copying. That might be someone who sees a sentence written down but tailors it to their own needs by changing subjects and objects. Others learn best by hearing, discussions or lectures, that type of thing. So that might equate to shadowing techniques or listening and watching vlogs and films and other videos. And finally, others learn by physically doing things. So that would be your language learner who goes and lives in the country and experiences it as a native of that country. In truth, we're all mixtures of little bits of these things in varying proportions. So one thing I'm very certain of is that one method doesn't fit all. Why am I talking about this in relation to a particular app? Well, the app in question doesn't work for me as something I want to use on a regular basis, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. It might well work for you. With all that said, let's get into Drops. As will be the case with any videos I do like this, I'm always going to be talking about the free version, not the paid version. So Drops is a vocabulary learning app, not a fully fleshed out language learning app. It currently has 42 languages available, and in the free version you get 5 minutes of study each day. Well, it's actually a number of hours, something like 9 or 10 hours. But realistically, it's going to be 5 minutes a day. You do get extra minutes for things like streaks, and you can watch ads to get an extra minute. The vocabulary is divided up into categories, and you'll get a certain number of words that are new to you every time you log in. Obviously, with only 5 minutes, that's not going to be very many words. So I'm going to go for a topic that I haven't tackled before. Household items. In order to practice a word, you'll need to drag it into your brain first. Then you'll be given a series of exercises to familiarise yourself with the word. Ha! Kitchen robot. I need one of those. The exercises range from dragging across to the correct solution, finding the word in a letter square, putting the syllables in order,
Il bollitore elettrico.
and matching up options.
90. 60. Terzo.
So, as you can see, this is another app that treats language learning as a game. And if that's the kind of learning that you like, then you might want to try this app out. Now, let's get into why this app doesn't work for me. Well, it's not the 5-minute limit. Not exactly. It's the fact that the words drop so slowly. So within that 5 minutes, you don't actually get to learn very much. If you prefer learning slowly, then that's not going to be a problem. Also, the only version of the learning options, games, whatever you want to call them, that I like, is where you drag the word across to its meaning. With the word search and the choose the syllables, you don't actually see the word in its proper form. Seeing syllables floating around doesn't teach me the word, neither does finding it on a word grid. I might still drop into drops from time to time, because it does seem to have some more unusual vocabulary, but I won't be using it as a regular day-to-day part of my language learning. That's all for today. See you soon.